Okay, today we're going to be getting started with your second sketch assignment. With your sketch assignment, you're going to be doing a bookmark. With your bookmark, you're going to be drawing some lines that are going to create an optical illusion. And then we're going to be doing some more practice on some of your shading skills. So to begin with today, you're going to go ahead and take your bookmark, and I would recommend a mechanical pencil or super sharp pencil would be great. All right, so to start off with, you're gonna make a dot, and the dot it can be in the center of the bookmark. It could be like right here, or you can make it off to the side, it doesn't really matter. All right, next you're gonna go ahead and start anywhere from 11 to 13 lines. With your lines, you're gonna make a line that has some sort of movement to it. That movement's going to be important. The next one, after you make that beginning line that has some movement to it that goes off the edge over here, next one that you're going to do is you're going to make another line that's going to mimic that movement. So mimicking that movement, but then kind of has its own movement too. So you don't want this line, you want these lines to look similar, like they would come in a, kind of like they have the same sort of mood to each other, or kind of happening to each other. So we've got a line, and then you're just going to keep on going with those lines, making a movement as we go around. So far I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines. So because I want to make it all the way to 11 to 13, I'm going to start spreading them out just a little bit. Now, your illusion that you're trying to have is those lines, as they start to come in towards the center, notice that dip as they come down. This one I kind of messed up on a little bit, so I'm going to erase that one and fix it. All right, so in this one, we're going to take that from the center and over. That's going to help some with the illusion. So notice as they start to look like they're dipping in towards the center, that's going to be part of that optical illusion that we're going for. So going around, if you haven't gotten started on yours, you can go ahead and get started. I'm just going to go ahead and continue my lines. Every once in a while, I'm going to go back to counting my lines. I have 9 lines so far. This one's definitely going to be there we go. And I'm going to do this section up here is too big in between, so I'm going to go ahead and make another line that goes all the way up. All right, so that works. All right, our next thing that you're going to do is you have some choices here. So your choices that you're going to have, let's go ahead with, on this one, I did all of these so far going up with that roundness that has an arch to it. On this one, so these are going to look like each one of them kind of bubbles up, like a fold in the fabric that bubbles up each time. This one, I changed it ever so slightly. So on this one, I have where this one's got more movement to it. This one was a little bit more confusing to do, but it's got its own coolness to it also. So on this one, it kind of bubbles up or arches up, and then it also changes directions and it goes down. This one is going to bubble up, this one is going to go down. So you can see these two kind of look like they drape up and down, or it has like hills and valleys to it, whereas this one over here just has the hills. It's completely up to you as to which way you want to do this. I would highly recommend that you choose though, so don't switch randomly in the center. So on this one, they're all up with the hills. This one, it's alternating up and down. With my up and down, this one over here got a little wonky on me. That's okay, that's gonna happen. All right, so after you kind of have figured out, just choose which one of those you wanna do. Next thing that you're going to do is you're gonna wanna make these lines that have the movement to them, whether or not they be up or whether or not they be up and down, it's up to you. So we're gonna start off with, I'm gonna go here. So I'm going to go ahead and arch up. So in each one of these, they're going to be closer together down here at the bottom because it's a little tighter. Do make sure that you can see the space in between each one. And these are kind of like rainbow lines with your rainbow lines, they want to mimic each other. They kind of want to be, another way to think of it is kind of like rainbow lines. Now, as they start to get further out here, they're going to naturally start to get a little bit further out, and that's perfectly fine. So that's going to help with the optical illusion that as it's coming in here, it's getting closed in or like tighter and tighter. So it's going to also have the appearance of getting smaller and further away from you. So all of that's working towards your advantage here, making it more 3D. So I'm going to keep going with these. I ran out of room over on this side for my line, but I'm going to go ahead and imagine that it's still going. I go up and around this way. Okay. There we go. That's looking pretty good so far. All right, now I'm going to go on to my next one. When I go on to the next ones, what you need to do is to make sure and connect. So if this one has a line right here, then you're going to take the edge of that. Oh, it's barely even there. All right, so this one, I'm arching up on each one of these. Now my line connects to my old line here, so it's going to look like it's a continuous line. This one, however, it's a bit narrower, so I'm making my arch a little bit higher up. Now on this one, what that's going to do is it's going to make it look like this one on the optical illusion is going to look like it's raised up more towards you, like a little bit of a tighter movement, and that's perfectly fine. They're going to follow each other, yet at the same time they kind of have a little bit of their own. Each one of the segments has a little bit of its own, maybe what I'd call personality to it. So that one's starting to take a little bit of a wave ripple effect. It's kind of got some more movement as it comes down. I'm liking how that looks. That one goes off the page, and I'm going to take it back on the page. All right. Now, for time's sake, I'm going to go ahead and show you some of the shading so that we can move on. All right, with your shading, you can choose 1 or 2 colors. It doesn't really matter with your colors that you're going to choose. So this one's all the same color. This one I started, I have 2 colors that are going, so it doesn't really matter which one you're going to do. But if you're going to choose 2 colors, make sure that they are close to each other. So I have a light green and I have a darker green. Either of those is perfectly fine. Or the other one was a blue, which I need to go grab. The other thing that you're going to need is a pencil sharpener, because this is when you get into these tight little areas, you're going to want a super sharp pencil. So let me grab my pencil and a pencil sharpener. All right, so with your pencil and your pencil sharpener, hopefully you have that picked out. If not, you can get that later. All right, so on this one, I'm skipping every other one for like sort of a effect to it. This one I'm shading all the way. It doesn't really matter which one you're gonna do. This one is a little bit easier because I'm shading a little bit less, but the other problem is I need to stay inside my lines and not go over nearly as much. So this one is actually easier because I don't have to stop and think about or I don't have to control my pencil in between the lines in between. So each one of them has its own advantages. So let's go ahead with, I'm going to start on this one first. So in this one, I'm going on every other stripe and then I'm alternating. So I'm going shade, blank, shade, blank. On this one, it's blank, shade, blank, shade. So you can see that like when they line up, they are alternating each other. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with, think about the movement. These are arched and they're 3D. So what you're going to do here is down towards that line, or that line that we started off with, it's going to be much, much darker. So we're going to start here, really dark. And then I'm going to go over to the other side and do the same thing. By the way, if you mess up on your alternating pattern, it's okay. Just go ahead and work to kind of get it back on track. Nobody's really going to notice if you alternate incorrectly at one point. It's definitely probably going to happen when you get into the center part. That's not a start over, that's a learn how to kind of hide it in there. All right, so dark towards your edges, and then as you come up, kind of gradually get lighter. And then you want to move into the whiteness of the paper. The whiteness of the paper there is going to be your lightest part here. Nice. Okay. So you can start to see like the shape that's drawn is going to make it look 3D. How you shade it is going to make it look 3D. Now let's take one that's a little bit trickier. You can kind of see how that's moving over here, but let's move on over to this one's got some different movements to it. If I did this one, I was afraid that my alternating pattern would get off, but I wanted to make sure that you saw if you have an irregular one over here, what to do with that. Actually, I'll just go ahead and do this one. All right, so on this one, notice that my curve is different. My curve on this one, as the arch goes up, the arch is kind of off-centered, off over here. That's not a problem. It's just you need to learn what to do with it. So the highest point of this one is not in the center, it's over on the left-hand side. So we need to shade so that we respond to that and people believe that's what's going on with it. So I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna show you with the darkest area close to the line still, and it's gonna fade out super, super fast. So you're not only just shading, you're also responding to the movement of the lines that are gonna make it more 3D. Here we go. A little bit darker down here. So instead of in the center where it's the lightest through here, like I have on all the others, this one, because my ridge has shifted to the left-hand side, I need to make my shading respond to that. All right. So now it looks like it's raising up and 3D once again. So this shading is going to come all the way up. And this is a shading project that's going to it's going to take a little while. There is absolutely no intention of you finishing this today. This is a sketch assignment. You're going to have 3 weeks to accomplish this. You can take this out and do this in study hall, at home, whenever you have extra time in class. Oh, shoot. I got off my alternating pattern. That's okay. It'll just have to live there. When your eye sees this all together, you won't notice that, because it'll kind of be part of this one over here. All right, so happy shading. This is going to work on your shading skills and having you work more three-dimensionally. That movement is working for you. Where you shade for your movements going to be working for you. So I hope you enjoy this one.